Welcome to the Busy Being Born podcast with your hosts Kamande and Kigondu.
Maze, I'd really miss this chick, Maze,
Maria is fire.
Maria,
Fuego.
man. DJ Maria
DJ
in
Maria.
the building, Maze.
Do you have are you on SoundCloud?
Yeah, I have one mix.
One mix on SoundCloud. We'll plug it into this nini.
What's your name? What's your name on? Yeah,
Mukobi.
DJ Mukobi. I'm just Mukobi.
Just Mukobi.
That's what's up.
Amazing, yeah.
Shout out DJ Mukobi.
No,
I'm
just
just Mukobi.
Just Mukobi.
Just Mukobi. Okay,
We
fantastic.
we'll plug in the link in the SoundCloud.
We jump in? Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Busy Being Born, episode 70.
Hey, we have a studio audience.
Hey, we
That's
do
your
actually.
job. That's what we called you guys to clap.
Maze, wacheze kivyao.
Yeah.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, this one is brought to you courtesy of Sugar and Lime. Check out Sugar and Lime. Sugar and Lime, definitely where you're supposed to go to have a good time. Wako happy? Wako inaitwa ni Boulevard. Yeah, it's called Boulevard. It's
No,
on Mombasa Road.
Bellevue.
I haven't been there, Maze. Boulevard nikifikiria ni Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Kituka hiyo, DJ wa rock. Bellevue, check them out. Sugar and Lime, fantastic. Today I've had, this is a special drink. Ni ile fruity juice. It's fantastic, Maze. And they have so many good things.
Yeah.
It's fresh. Out here, it's like a month old by the time we're recording this. So by the time you're watching this, it's the place to be. So go check them out. Bellevue, Mombasa Road. They're open like every other hour you chungulia. They have goodies. They have nice pastries. They have the best of foods. I'm like, so najua nimechange diet.
Yeah,
That's where I'm going.
Ngano.
Nimetoka Ngano, Maze. They got me covered, bana.
Amazing,
So
man.
Go check them
So
out.
if you're ever on Mombasa Road, go to Sugar and Lime.
Sugar and Lime.
Grab a drink,
Bellevue.
grab lunch, snack, whatever.
Yeah.
Right? But we have guests.
We have guests.
We have guests. Are they brilliant?
They are brilliant, Maze. Both of them are totally brilliant human beings.
Are they representing the motherland?
Well, yes. Yeah.
Technically.
Sindio? Yes, they are. Unajua, as long as they love us and we love them back, they
No, they are
definitely.
actually. They are.
Sindio?
They are.
Good.
Are they busy being born?
Definitely busy being born. Ladies and gentlemen.
We give you
We
two
give
really
you-
great friends of the podcast and of us as human beings.
Yeah.
To my left here, for those who are watching, to my left is Conrad. Conrad has been a friend for the past, I'll butcher this, 8 years. And 8 years because we became friends right after my wedding, and he's always giving me crap for not inviting him to our wedding. So our 10th anniversary will be celebrated, and he'll be the only person on the lineup.
Hey, bro. You've done 10 years of marriage.
Yeah, no, 10 years. It's 2 years from now.
Oh, ningekuwa. Wait, what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, shout out Conrad, Maze. Shout out Conrad.
Seriously,
Yeah.
Conrad is one of my best friends, and I love him to death. And so today we are talking about friendship,
Yeah.
as probably the thing that keeps us going in the good, bad. I think it's just the journey of walking each other home in this human experience that is really hard and complex for all of us. You know, we don't have a manual for how to navigate life, but I think with friends, we can sort of lean into each other and figure out our way forward.
Lean on me.
Yeah, man. So Conrad does a lot of things. He's been today is not about even like the professional.
Yeah, that's
it's just
right.
about friendship. Him as a human being, us as human beings in this human experience. So I won't even go into what he does. He's just a dope and amazing, very thoughtful. Probably the most read person I know.
Yeah.
Actually, the most read person I know. If you hear me trying to talk about things like Popperian epistemology, it's just because I've heard him talk about it. And so when I want to sound smart,
You're flexing on us.
I just remember what Conrad told me about. Yeah.
Okay.
He's read all Deutsch, the beginning of Infinity a few times. That's the hardest book to read. One of the hardest books to read. He's the one who knows about the development of knowledge. First of all, do you even know what epistemology means? He's the one who told me about the meaning of epistemology. Anyway, so whenever you hear me say anything that sounds close to smart, know that I had it from Conrad.
There you go, man. Hey, the pressure is on. Nungo, say less. Hata mimi nakupiga intro. Mambo bad.
Jipatie pressure
I got
sana.
you. So epistemology, yeah? Yeah. That's what's up, Maze. Good to meet you, Conrad. We've met a couple of times. Yeah, Maze. Super. I remember Kamande's wife. I guess it's still a thing. Yeah. There was a point if you weren't together, he was probably with me. So yeah, we were like co-wives on a level. So yeah, good to meet you.
You're still co-wives.
Yeah.
We still are.
Shout out to our wives. Anyway, nice, fantastic. To my right is a human being I really admire and love as well. I've known her for the longest time. Nimemjua saizi tukicalculate, realize they're around the season, but I can't put a number on it. I think we can calculate. It's probably as old as my career. My career is 18 this year.
Jeez, that's when we did.
Yeah.
Not half a day. What was the name of that book?
Tulianza na Kifo Kisimani.
Kifo Kisimani.
Yeah.
It's been 18 years
ago, bro. That's a whole adult now. And then I didn't know her personally, but she belonged to the school girls club, Maze. You remember?
I remember.
Kulikuwa na kagang pale.
This is at the Kenya National Theatre. And, all of us were just rookies, straight out of high school, figuring our way around. And then there were the cool kids.
Maze.
As you guys are finalizing rehearsals and going home, trekking home, there some were going for brunch.
Doing pretty alright. pretty alright, man. And weirdly is I have not too many friends from that season. You're one of my friends from that season. So she and I got to know each other, I think 3, 4, 5 years later. Yeah, at the Phoenix, I think that was the first time we worked together directly. Tulikuwa nafanya a project with other humans that I really love. Teresa in this case. And we had Medrin. Yeah, it was a fantastic play about these 3 women. We should get to do it again at some point soon. And after that project, I think we've been friends.
You became a cool kid.
Well,
she graduated you to a cool kid.
No, she came to our side. So it was them now then against us, Maze. But Maria Nungo is a fantastic artist. She's most known for her acting and definitely dancing. Not so many people know that.
Oh wow.
But she's a closet writer. So Chini ya Maji she writes, and I hope she'll put her work out here and produce as well. A lot of people think Viola Davis, and anytime you think Viola, who comes to mind is Nungo. Because,
Nungo came to my mind when I was watching Sinners. You know why?
Oh yeah, because of a chick.
Yes, even the voice.
Yeah. That's fantastic.
Casting and very
interesting.
Yeah.
No, Sinners 2.0 inakam, Maze. But ladies and gentlemen, we give you the one and only Maria Nungo. If you don't know her, Maze, just Google is your friend, bana.
It's fine. I never get offended.
Karibu sana Nungo.
Asante.
Oh, welcome, Conrad. I didn't say Conrad's names. Joseph.
Oh God.
Yes, you send him the M-Pesa. He can never tell you his name.
Yeah.
But you send him M-Pesa and it comes up.
Tutai notice. Karibu sana.
Should I give my number out?
No.
Yeah, they could try the M-Pesa. Let's ask. Kamande, juu ya hiyo story ya M-Pesa, let's start with you. Super random, super intrusive, yeah? But when was the last time a friend sent you M-Pesa?
A friend?
Yeah.
For what reason?
Yeah, that's what I don't know. Labda alikuwa anachangia for something. Alikuwa kulipa.
No, maybe we had bought. No, actually, no. You know what? The last friend who sent me money is our studio audience today.
Nani, Ima?
Ima.
That's what's up.
Yeah. And she charged me for it.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
I had to pay a fee. She actually thought about making a business out of it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, because she sent me. I didn't have my phone and she's my desk mate at work.
Yeah.
And so I said, I need to pay for something. Could you send me M-Pesa? I didn't have my main phone.
Yeah.
She sent me, 3,000 shillings.
Yeah.
And she sent me with pesa ya kutoa. Then when a few hours later when I was sending her back the money, it was not free. So she literally didn't. She was kopeshaing me. She was
yeah. Na kakola ko haujaeka juu ya mimi ile nilituma nayo.
Yeah, exactly. She's like, this is a great business. Can we do this again next week? Literally, that's what she said.
Oh, good.
Yeah, that was the last time.
Yourself, Conrad, last friend who sent you money?
Does the wife count?
Well, let's go. Jump in.
Yeah, I think that was it.
Yeah.
What was she paying you for?
I can't remember, but I remembered on the ride home, I needed some money and I just didn't have it.
Man, look at that. Look at I like that we have friends that we highlight. Nungo? No, it was me. Oh, vile umeniangalia niko. Oh, for real.
Sinangoja pia uniulize swali. Ask me, when was the last time?
When was the last time a friend sent you money? What was it for?
Actually, yesterday.
Okay.
Yesterday morning, I woke up to an M-Pesa.
Yeah.
10K.
Oh, okay.
Random.
Yeah.
Random.
And it's not like
No, I didn't ask. I did nothing.
so.
It's just a friend who, he sent me, he saw a restaurant with amazing meals that they were serving. He knows I love fish. And they were serving this really humongous fish on a platter, huge platter. Like, Nungo, go try this thing. Go try this, please. Like, I hope you're not pulling my leg. This thing is 10K. Atikwani. Jana asubuhi.
Wow.
Yeah. I was also shocked. I was like, oh, wow.
I think we should just stop this episode here.
Let's get to know your friend. Let's get to know your friend, Maze. Let's get to know your friend.
And you?
Nani mimi?
When was the last time someone sent you M-Pesa?
Woof. Probably was for a service, but a friend it's been a minute. Million natuma a lot. Mishaharas maze. So clearly nafaa kuangalia my friend list bana. Kamande, cheza kiwewe.
Okay,
What are we doing?
I will do that.
But anyway,
I will do
tell
that.
your story. Have you, on the other side, lost a friend because of money?
Were they ever a friend?
We could think of it in that way as well. But tuanze tuna, the yes or no, and is there a story there?
There is people I've had to stop supporting money-wise. And this is a very long story because they sort of started taking advantage. And I didn't cut them off I didn't throw them out of my heart. But I had to make certain decisions money-wise because it was not respectful anymore. Yeah. I think I've had to do that. I can call them friends because it's people that we've walked this journey of life together, and we've supported each other. And I've assumed certain responsibilities over them, but then later learning that they've been taking advantage here and there.
Yeah. Then
that transactional bit had to stop. At least for now.
What was that? Was that a conversation?
Yeah, it's a conversation. It's look. You are telling me one thing about what you need this money for, and then a few weeks later I learned that was not true.
Yeah.
You're not going to pay school fees, or you're not going to do this thing that you said you're going to do.
Yeah.
And that happens so frequently. And then I learned that a few months down the line, and I'm like, no, we need to sort of draw some boundaries here for a while, at least money wise. I love you very much, but I think for a period of time, let's stop this. Let's put a hold on this transactional bit. Yeah.
Was it a guy or a chick, and would it have been any more difficult or easier had it been the other sex?
I haven't thought about it.
Yeah.
I haven't thought about it. No, I don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Oof.
Yeah.
Oof. Difficult conversations.
Very difficult. Very difficult conversations. Yeah. But again, these decisions were sort of made for me as well by my wife, because I sort of, we've talked about this maybe previously, that I sort of don't see it. And then once I see it, it's been months and months of this thing happening, but I still want to make excuses for it.
Yeah.
But then setting those boundaries is really, really important, and maybe I'm not very good at it, but my wife is. So she's sort of the one who keeps me on check.
Yeah. Oh,
without throwing people out of our hearts. Like if they're really, really in trouble and there's no other way, then we'll still come through for them. But this frequent helping out because help me have this thing that I need to take care of, or help me because of this and this and this, then no.
Eesh, man, that is awkward, and it's tough. That's a really difficult conversation.
Tough, it's really tough.
Conrad, yourself?
Yeah, it's happened to me. And I think this is a question about what the definition of a friend is. I think you first reacted to, is that really a friend?
Yeah.
But if, we create some scenario where you cut your friends right now that are friends, and then one day say, can you give me a loan? And then they run away. Where's the error? What's the definition? Is it like a status thing? Is it, where does the discrepancy come from? So, yeah, I think some friends might be a bit more, parasitic, you know, you might have some sort of difference in status or some sort of like desires or demands of that friend, and there might be kind of a conspiracy. You might not even talk about it, and then one day it kind of comes to the fore, which is pretty painful. But yeah, no, I think also it's about the terms of honesty. It's like, hey, can I have some money? You give them some money, and then they say I'll pay you back, and then they don't pay you back. Like it's a very different request if it's like, no, I just need some money. I don't know if I can pay you back. It's happened a few times, you know, those kind of.
Yeah.
And then it's like awkward. Do you now ask for that money back because you said it should come back or not?
Yeah.
And then it just starts to like fray a little bit. Maybe you're still friends. You wait enough time, everything gets resolved. And then other times it's just like maybe too awkward.
Yeah.
It's just very unfortunate.
Yeah, could be uncomfortable, Maze. Yikes. I really want to go back to the definition of friendship. But yeah, now that we're here, we could complete it, Maze. Nungo, yourself?
Yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely. I've also been in the scenario where, okay, for a very long time, I never imagined that I needed boundaries when it comes to friendship. Up until, you know, a certain mature age, you get to and realize, hey, there's abuse. You know, the mere fact that there's a relationship there doesn't entitle the friendship or the relationship to go to extents of abuse, whereby it's easier. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry.
It's a friend. Umekula fish.
Oh, is it more M-Pesa?
Nimekula more than fair. Nina kazi. Please get it for me. I hope it's okay.
No,
Yeah,
it's all
very
good.
fine.
Tell them
Yeah.
I'll call them back.
Uh-huh.
Yo, does that happen in podcasts?
Yeah, it's very fine. This is life happening in
In real life,
time.
that would have been a penalty
Well,
of 5K set, 5,000 good. Anyway, yes.
Yeah.
What was I saying?
Abuse. And setting boundaries, yes.
Extents where anytime you receive a phone call from them or a text from them, you know, they never even check up on you. It's, hey, hi, I need this. You're like, yo, when was the last time you even asked me how I was? You know? But yeah, it's because you've enabled it. There's been a culture of, who's to blame? But yes, I've lost a number of friends because of that.
Yeah, man. And then again, were they friends in the first place, Maze? For me inakuanga ni soft landing. So utapeo jokes mingi, unajua stories zitashika, au unaenda hivyo twende, alafu by the time you're done, sasa unaweza niokolea nini.
So there's a proper setup.
So many engage kwa nini. And I always fall for it.
Yeah.
And I like every time, man, I saw it coming. Of course uta come through, but next time I'll be twice as smart. So akianza jokes ko, just check
You're not even laughing at the jokes.
See what you're doing, man. See what you're doing, man. Let me catch. But
then what's friendship really?
yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I guess we could all get our different ones, but top of mind, let's see. For me, friendship would be a sense of reliability, for sure. Two things, reliability and joy. Yeah, so I think joy has to be attached to it. And yeah, are they someone you can call to engage when you need help? And it's not only in this case, like financially, but when I just need someone to hear me out, to just, I'm going through something, Nico, yo, man, you got a minute. I don't have to even tell you this is what I'm going through. But to pick two story, na utani judge. And I would say I am lucky enough to have a few people I could actually call friends. And just call them and go, yo, man, let's just talk. Nata niuliza kwani umecall. Unajua? Nata, and like again, this is a little connected to even the previous episode. My mom is one of those people. Nitacall
That's
tu.
lovely.
Yeah, natakuwa, yo, what's up? Na tutapiga story na tutamaliza na, so ulikuwa unasema ilikuwa too engaging. But I also have 2-3 other friends that I know. Kajana I called a friend of mine sijui tulikuwa napangana something for today. We ended up speaking for like 3 or 4 hours. Na nile tu najua deep down nilikuwa najua na nini sawa tricky done. Yeah, but
ended up becoming a very long conversation.
And no grudges even when we don't speak as much. Unajua?
Okay.
Because najua there is love here, and the older we are getting, the busier we are getting, so it's understandable, bana. Yeah. So
Yeah.
for me, that would be friendship.
Yeah. What's your definition?
Oh, I don't know.
Karl Popper?
I actually have no idea. When I got invited to this podcast, I felt like this is a topic I don't know anything about. At least to be able to say anything smart around it. But like, I honestly don't know. I think a question I asked myself is like, would you be friends with yourself? If you just cloned yourself exactly how you were, right? Would you be friends with yourself? So is it about alignment of personality and values and interests? Well, then would you be friends with yourself? But I think sometimes we're our own worst critics. And so I find like if there was another me, would I be very competitive? Would I dislike that person? Would I dislike Conrad? There's this, concern about dependency. Like, I can ask someone for help, and then they help me. But do I have any shame when I ask that person? Does that kind of impact my relationship to that person? Because I keep going to them for help. They never need my help. Whereas or do they come to me as well? But then on what? Then we must be different, right? Because I can help them with something, they can help me with something else. So it's weird. I honestly don't really have a good definition. Maybe it's some person you have some sort of emotional resonance with that you just enjoy being with. But most often, if you think about friendships, it's probably there's some sort of activity involved. You never just, I'm going to go over to my friend and sit down motionless for 2 hours. Like, you don't do that. There's something that happens. There's a conversation. You're playing games. You're playing chess, video games. Maybe
You're drinking.
You're drinking, right? There's some sort of thing. I mean, we're a social species, right?
Yeah.
And so I think maybe there's some sort of a mix of like shared values, but then enough differences, but then maybe enough alignment of like, hey, there's just a resonance. With you, I can laugh. And there's that comfort and that lack of judgment. Maybe friendship is about like lack of judgment.
Yeah, I like that, the lack of judgment bit.
Yeah. I also like the part where you cannot describe it. Because I think at the core of it, a lot of the reasons we explain as to why we are friends with people or why we love people are after the fact. Right? But there's just this feeling that you have about someone, and there's such a deep connection that it's really hard to put words to. So like, for instance, I can't explain why we're friends. Whatever I'd say would me trying to sort of do an exploratory analysis after the fact we've already connected. But what was that connection all about? We found ourselves in one place, absolutely. So the environment really matters, and sort of a shared activity that we found ourselves in. But that's not always the case, right? So I really can't explain friendship beyond the beauty of that connection. I like the word comfort as well. Like, you're just comfortable to be yourself without sort of trying to what's the word? Like trying to be someone else, right? And maybe authenticity is also in there as one of those things. You're not trying to censor yourself and your thoughts. And the moment I see myself not even making an attempt to censor myself, you can always feel it, and I'm like, that maybe that's what friendship is.
Yeah.
Like, I can tell you whatever I'm feeling right now. I can speak my mind fully, whatever thoughts are coming up, and I just can't explain where that comes from.
Yeah.
And it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And I guess it comes back to the lack of judgment, Maze. That's beautiful, man. It's the same thought here. You're not letting your bodyguard then be the one speaking. Whatever cover you have, it's you and your nakedness, and this is who I am.
Because, man, we're changing masks continuously through the day, right? And sometimes it's tiring.
Yeah.
Like, especially people who work in an office. Like, you're going into meetings and you're putting on this professional mask. Sometimes it just feels so good to talk to a friend, and you don't have to think about putting on, trying to be someone else, trying to be a professional and, sounding smart or, doing this. I can say the most stupid thing, and I know that my friend will be okay with it, right? I'll do something stupid and I say, okay, by the way, that's stupid, but, it's okay. But I'm okay to do that because I feel like the mask wearing, which I think we have to do sometimes to function in the world and taking on these different personas as we move through our day, and then that can be tiring. And I think friendship and love allows you to just be.
Yeah. Any additional thoughts on that, Nungo?
Yeah, sure. Personally, when I think about friendship, I think ease. For me, that's a very big deal. There are spaces I'm around, there are people I'm around, and I just can't shake. I just can't be myself. I try, but you know, that ease isn't there. The authenticity you're talking about, the automatic connection, it just isn't there. But then there are just people you meet, interact with in a matter of seconds, and for some strange reason, they gain access into the most, you know, the deepest part of you without even thinking about. So personally, I think ease, actually, if when you told me about this, I wondered, okay, so what does that mean to me? And I couldn't help but think access. Every single one of the people I have in my life, for some strange reason, has access into depths that so many people do not have. Because if I'm your friend, according to Nungo, I'm friends. It's a commitment. It's an investment for me. I'm committed to you with my time, with my emotions, my feelings, my money, friends, not just. And I figure with all that, I cannot throw it around loosely, you know, because it's a bit too much to go around giving everybody.
Yeah.
So then the importance of allocating everyone, giving them their space, kawaida. We call everyone friends, but
Yeah,
are
everyone is
they
our friend.
all friends? We are not
I
really
think
friends.
they're probably
They're
levels.
There are levels. We are churchmates. We are workmates.
Yeah.
We are
colleagues.
yeah, but we cluster everybody in that category of friendship, and I think maybe that's part of the reason we go wrong.
Yeah.
Because now then we end up expecting so much of a colleague
Yet
that should have
that's
just
all they are.
yeah.
Yeah. We seem to come to an agreement about this breathing that friendship allows you, and sort of this inexplicable genesis, right, where you just connect with people. How about the nurturing of, once you establish that connection, anything to be said about the importance of cultivation?
Well, of course, if there is no cultivation, it will die a natural death. Unajua? And for instance, the easiest case I can put on the table now that we have married friends on the table. is, sindio? I've lost a lot of friendships to marriage. Unajua? And it is what it is. And
Is that why you don't
back.
like marriage?
Well,
He doesn't like
different episode plus the phrasing of it. Utanifungia hapa ma potential boss, you know. No, and it is what it is, because then there was a commitment that we had. So for instance, for you and I, we've been friends before you got married. We are very good friends after you got married. Yeah, well, we could say the podcast has helped because imetupatia a place to always come back to and reconnect in a way. But say had there not been a podcast, how much effort would we have put to that? Unajua, maybe tungefanya 2-3 years. After a while, maze, kwanza depending on your circles, itakuwa, why are you friends with single people? Watakaribu. Yeah, and it is what it is. And I also appreciate that once you're what's the wording you hate?
Equally yoked. No, I'm healed.
You're healed,
I'm healed.
Once you're with your equally yoked person, everyone else is brav. You are not here in this kakakon of ours. So unless there's that consistent commitment and cultivation, of course it will die off. There's a thing that I really admire. In fact, some of the things that still bring me to church and religion is I see older men in friendships that have lived years, unajua. And maybe nafaa kuambio it is faith that should be leading, but such examples make me come again, because naangalia niende wale wa babas wako in their 60s and 70s and they are friends, unajua, they are committed to each other's families. This one's kids are like this other person's kids, yeah. And you can see that consistency in following up with each other. They are investing, they are cultivating. But with us, kuna age tunafika, we are all hustling maze, unajua, especially maybe between mid 30s and mid 40s, ama early 30s and late 40s. Yoka gap, everyone is here,
busy,
there, everywhere. So I can't even blame them. Utakach, uta move on in life. But yes, it comes back to, yes, I think there has to be intentional cultivating. Unajua, intentional checking in. Yeah. As artists, we lost a couple of people within the last couple of years. One of the people we lost last year was a fantastic thespian. And I remember tukiwa their memorial, one guy was like, I'm sorry I let life come in between us. Yeah. So there used to be a friendship there. They used to be very good friends. But life happens and I can't blame you. Yeah. So if we don't cultivate, of course, there will be death, like, of the friendship in a way, I guess. I don't know what you guys think.
I think I'm confused.
Walk us through your confusion.
Cultivation. I mean, it reminded me when you said that question. I had a friend in college, and I would say he was my friend, but he had this very practiced habit of literally taking Saturday mornings and like have a Rolodex of people to call to cultivate and maintain those friendships. And I saw that as a friend, and I thought, well, if he calls me on one Saturday, might I just be one of a list, right? And it reminded me also, I think the previous friendship episode, Kikondo, you had mentioned like you had like this episode of being analytical about friends, like making decisions of whom to be friends with. I'm not sure if I interpreted correctly, but along those lines, maybe, right? And the examples to me come up with like, okay, I know there's some communities here in Nairobi who meet every Wednesday, for barbecue, and they do that for decades, right? And that's a friend group, and it's very tight. And my question is that friendship basically based on that fact that they're meeting up? Is there anything beyond that? So that if they didn't have that meetup anymore, would they still be friends? Versus some friends that I feel like I haven't spoken to in years, and if I would just see them, I'd be like, yo, I need help, and they'd help me in the heartbeat. Like there's that immediate ease after no communication in 5 years. There's no cultivation. I left the US 11 years ago. I've been here since. I've always had some regret that all those friends I made in college and so forth, yeah, we try to keep in touch, you just can't, right? Time zones, everything. Life trajectories go on. But there's still those 5 people that I know that if anything happened, I'd be fine. So I don't know. That's my confusion, right? Sometimes the cultivation might look like you have friends because you're always meeting up, you're always engaging. But then sometimes I feel like there's some people you just know that no matter what, we'll be there for you.
Yeah.
So
I what I hear from that, and I really appreciate that, is community and friendship. So you could cultivate and build a community, but necessarily not friendships within. Yeah. And there could be again, cultivations that don't happen as frequently, but the friendship is there. Yeah, because I feel with communities, there's the idea of we'll depend on each other when the time comes, Yeah, so as much as we're doing nyama every other day, I know when you've lost someone, we'll still come together and say, instead of doing nyama, why not put this money and support you in this way? So I see a relying of each other in that sense, but I wouldn't say this, just my thinking, I wouldn't say this are necessarily your friends. You probably even end up in these communities because I don't know, your wife insists. Yeah, you're like, we have to do the thing. Yeah. Again, a book club commitment, a jumuiya commitment, a cell group commitment doesn't necessarily mean these people are your friends. But yeah, I hear you, man. I hear you.
I don't think it's great, right? I feel like on the whole, the friendship is a spectrum thing. Like there's some friendships where actually true friendship, you feel the really, really deep connection, and trying to think about it now, it could go in multiple directions. The first direction is once the connection is developed, there is every chance that you can always rely on these people. I think there could be exceptions, right? Because you might feel a deep connection and people change, right? People change every time. So there's a chance that people change, but you can still rely on them despite you not being in touch consistently, right? And then on this other side, there's friendships where the connection happens and you get so much joy from a continuous cultivation of things, and you're sort of able to navigate life together. And I think a few examples come to mind. So coming back to, like, for instance, what you were talking about in terms of our friendship, there's every chance that if we didn't have this podcast, maybe we'd not meet and talk as regularly as we do right now, but I'd still, to Conrad's point, I'd still call you whenever I know that, I need someone to come through for me, or whenever I think about you, and, that would go on for years. But also maybe there's a chance that you'd go your way and I'd go my way, despite the connection that we developed, and you'd change so much, right? Something would happen, and maybe by the time we were reconnecting, maybe, we've become two different people. Maybe the things that brought us together
Too unfamiliar with each other.
Too unfamiliar with each other. And I've seen this as well with some of my friends. Some of them have come full circle in some ways, but I've seen, your best friends in campus, or your best friends in high school, then you feel like, you really love this person and you've connected. And then 10 years later, because you didn't keep in touch, you meet and, oh, okay, interesting. We can't even hang out for 1 hour. We don't seem to agree on a lot of, fun. I'm sure all of us have had those experiences, right? But then maybe is it because you never walked the journey together? And walking the journey is the cultivation.
It is.
Right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah,
Just thinking out loud.
Intentionality attached.
I agree. I think cultivation, nurturing, giving relationships what it needs. This plant right here, it's plastic, right? But if it were alive, for us to expect it to survive throughout all the seasons of life, we have to give it what it needs. Yeah? Same thing. That's how I think about friendship. And giving it what it needs, quality time, spending time, checking, keeping tabs, what's happening, what's going on, how are you?
Yeah.
But you see, that's again why I keep on coming back to this. What I said, I cannot throw it around loosely, is I can't ask everyone that, because it's a lot. You see, like this statement, people say, hi, how are you? Sometimes I really ask, do you really want to know? Genuinely
how many
speaking,
minutes do you have?
Yeah, because imagine if you went, if everyone you've talked to today told you how they really were.
You'd be so tired.
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It's a lot, yeah.
It's a lot. I don't know whether you guys talk about God in this podcast.
Yeah.
I just like to bring something small.
Jump in.
Go for it.
In the Bible, when God created, during creation, right? He created things, day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. And throughout, he consistently said that it is good, it is good. He was saying, affirming his creation. My gosh, this is good, this is good, this is good. Then he gets to a point where he creates man and goes like, it is not good. I mean, this is God. He doesn't have to articulate out to, ni makosa yangu, acha nijicorrect mimi kivyangu. But he actually articulated it and went, it is not good for man to be alone. Outside of intimate relationship, I know it speaks a lot about
Companionship.
yes. But he goes on to say that I will create a helper who is just right. And for me, I carry that not only in intimate relationships, but even in friendship. There are friends who are just right. So those friends that you've already identified, that you have an easy connection with, that you have a deep connection with, then it wouldn't be a waste of my time for me to invest, give it what it needs, water it here and there. It might be tiring. Like I have a friend, a really, I call him my covenant friend. Oh my God, that guy.
Is he the guy for the fish or someone
No,
else?
he's not the guy for the fish.
Tumempatia credit mingi sana. Eh.
The guy for the fish, but
He does
he's,
20K.
but he's a friend of mine who was there for me in a really, 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 really dark season of my life. And what you were saying earlier, that it's not possible for you to just come into a room and just sit. He would just come and sit, do nothing. I don't feel like engaging. I don't feel like doing nothing. And he can sense that, but he would just come. I call him my covenant friend, but he's in Canada now. So the time zones. Strenuous. But still, I know I need to give this relationship what it needs because I love that man. I love that. I wouldn't... The thought of losing that friendship is...
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah.
That's
So
beautiful.
then with that at the back of your mind, it makes it easier to then invest. Compromise here and there, kidogo. Sacrifice, for lack of a better word, but it makes it easier, I think, for me. Yeah.
Yeah. I think one more thing about the cultivation. Whoa.
Go.
We have guests. More studio audience.
We
More
have a
friends.
guest.
And more friends. Amazing. More friends. Well done. You quips around with this world. Now you've made me lose my train of thought.
I have.
No, with his quip.
Sorry, I rang the doorbell.
You're saying contrary to what?
Yeah, no, not really in contrary. So the whole idea of cultivation is that when the friendship is right, and I don't know what right means really, but you can just feel it.
Yeah.
The cultivation does not even feel like work. It's actually, you get so much out of it.
Yes.
It's like it's the calls. It's the 2-hour calls. Maybe you do it deliberately, but you end up getting so much out of it, and you just keep coming back. It's the same as, it's up there with generosity, the feeling of generosity. Maybe sometimes the inertia might be too much, but the moment you start giving, then you get so much out of giving, and it beats any hardship that might come out of it. Right? And it's the thing, I feel the same thing with hardship, like me making that little sacrifice to drive all the way to, Uptown where Conrad lives. Really go all the way, and those barriers and gates where he lives, and then spend time with him. It makes it all worth it.
Yeah.
It's definitely cultivation, but it's joyous.
Yeah.
See, that's a true test of friendship.
Yeah.
I guess.
When the friendship is being tested, can you come all the way?
Yeah.
Can you come to where I am? Or is it a matter of convenience? Because there's that also.
But true friendship doesn't feel like that, right?
Well, think about it. Just like a relationship, there are seasons where there is no fire. Unajua? So I'm coming for that high. Unajua? And it's very selfish. Friend, I need you. I'm a friend. When we hang out, there is fire and there's joy here. But kuna time, maze, chill, man. Unajua, sina ubaya. I'm just Abu, my friend, is telling me to get closer to a mic. I got you, friend. But there are seasons like that. Well, man, si leo bana, I don't feel like hanging out. Unajua, ama we've made that intention, we've hung out, but today we just wanna. And I guess Pia, maybe we shouldn't confuse that joy and that coming together as a constant high. Unajua,
No.
it could be another thing now we are chasing, so that when we get the deeps, we don't know how to handle this. Unajua, because we'll have a boring afternoon then to call. Are we friends anymore? I don't know.
You question your whole friendship.
I don't know.
But see, the thing is,
Yeah.
if you're talking about genuine friendship, then it's okay to say that. It's okay to say, hey, by the way, today me, I don't have the energy to hang out, and it's okay.
And that's where the ease comes in.
That's the ease. That's the easiness of this friendship, right?
Yeah.
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 Okay. Imefanya nifikirie Ed and Eddie. Yeah, you remember, like juju bombs and everything. These kids would come out and just hang out, mana. It was
Yeah.
always a good time. I don't know, ukibonga nilikuwa nafikiria niko. Yeah,
Makes
because
sense.
there are those days hakuna adventure.
Yeah.
Tunabam tuko. Okay, so what's happening today?
Or you stay in your house, me I stay in mine. We love each other.
Yeah. Social distancing. Oh, good.
Yeah.
I'd like to, and I know on some level we started with it, but I guess at some point we'd have to explore breakups as well. yeah, through friendships. But I also think it's another interesting tangent to take your friendship in relationships. Yeah, what's that about? Unajua, something I really don't like, me roll to my eyes nikiona couples wanaintroduciana and they're my best friend. Niko brav. Brav. I don't want to be your best friend.
Really?
That's great.
Chill the fuck down, bana.
Guys.
Best friend yangu maze.
Nikamande.
Well, yeah. Yes, nikamande. Unajua, niko yo. So I don't know. Did you guys believe in that? Like, nianza na nungo. Unajua, best friends forever in relationships.
I believe in it.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, when the
Yeah.
love fades, I'm not married yet, but
I'm not saying don't be friends. I'm just saying the best friend.
really, really good friends, we can, as in what better space to, what better time, what better person? Why not?
I don't know if I want to put my private parts in my best friend. Unajua? But keep going. I don't know. Whoa.
Oh my God.
Anyway, keep going.
Moving up his ears.
Whoa. For those who are listening, everyone just stood up and was like, what just happened? Where did that come from?
Nani, what?
Well, keep going. Paul, anyway.
Oh my
It's
goodness.
hard to come after that. Oh,
Keep
going.
Yeah, nani, man.
Yes. Mimi sijaiharibu. But keep
man.
going. So anyway, Nungo, you're saying best friends, you would expect that.
Hiya.
The guys confused you.
Yeah.
Sorry, the guys confused you.
I would want to imagine that by the time I get to a space where I'm considering someone, lifetime companionship, I want to, oh my God, me kwanza I'm a romantic. Yes, I love love. Not hopeless, I'm just a romantic. Already, I don't know. People talk about marriage and say how hard it is. The background of just having you as a friend would, as in, sijui, by then nimechanganyikiwa sai, but yes, there's so many things happening in my head. But yes, not really expect it, but I'd want to nurture it. Yeah.
Okay.
No.
I'd want it to bloom into such a space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Conrad.
Married friends?
Can you ask the question again? Actually,
Let's make it even more direct.
Yeah.
Is your wife your best friend, and is she supposed to be your best friend?
It's a tricky question.
no. Did any of you guys watch that Peter Thiel interview in the New York Times? He was like, "Should humanity endure?" And he hesitated, and then everyone gave him a lot of crap because it's like, "What? Of course it's yes." And so of course I should be saying yes, right? But I think there's different components to what a friendship is or what a friend is, and yeah, I think the person I feel most at ease with, the person I share the most with, beyond anyone else, like by orders of magnitude, the person I consider a partner, like where we navigate life together, the person I also depend on, right? So I think this is the questions of dependency again. Like, are my friends there for me, or is there something kind of neutral? Like, do I fear if I lose them or not, right? Is there something I need from them? But I think that all fits with my wife, like by far. Like I'm just lucky, I think, that there's enough overlapping interests. But yeah. I mean,
Why is she giving me the eye? Remember, some of our parents married their students. Unajua, like a teacher was like, I don't know, a teacher was 47. Then they taught some. No, my step grandparents, had. Well, I don't know if I should be saying this, but he was an older man, and she, when she was of age, in her early 20s, they got married and they lived happily ever after. So he didn't marry his best friend, but they had a successful marriage.
Were
and
they
a
friends?
union.
Were they friends?
happened over time? Yeah.
Of course, they became friends, but I still, unajua. Anyway, keep going.
Yeah.
Come on, there.
No, I'm 100% with Conrad. If you think about what friendship means, coming back to how we all defined it, and we seemed to come to a sort of fundamental understanding of you feel at ease, right? That's the core of it. You feel at ease. You feel comfortable. You are authentic. You don't wear a mask. Then absolutely, my wife is my best friend, right? And it's really, really hard if those are the tenets of friendship and you cannot exercise that at home where you're sleeping. Like you have to, you walk in and you have to you're on guard continuously, right? And if you're not friends, then that's exactly what will happen. You will walk into your home and you start playing someone else, right? You immediately get on stage, right? And you've been on stage the whole day, right? Literally and figuratively for the actors.
Oh, yeah. Nico, oh, this is now to me. Wow, bro. I guess.
No, you get home and you're on stage again, right? You have this mask continuously. But if your friends are the core of it, you'd consider them one of your best friends. I think best is a group of people, right? But fundamentally, your wife fits all the criteria of who a friend is, and then some. In that you want to put your private parts in them.
That's
That's a bonus.
That's important.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't wordplay. It wasn't wordplay. It wasn't intentional. Oh, good. Conrad, bring us back to sanity, Conrad.
I don't know. I think there are like 2 or 3 questions. I'm sure I'm going to forget them. But the first question was like, okay, best friend, whether it's your wife or spouse or not. One of the definitions I think we're saying here is you can tell them anything. But do you tell them everything? Because you don't want to give them a burden because you care for them, right? So there's like that filter you might still have. Because you don't want to burden them with your, tribulations at work. Are they just there for you to be, your therapist? I don't know where that line is. I think that's one. I think another one that comes to mind is, a spouse is in essence a family member now. And you asked like questions about like, have you ever lost a friend over money? It's maybe easier to break up with friends, but what happens with family, right? Like when they ask for money, or there's some sort of conflict that's now not so resolvable, but hey, you're married, or it's your brother, or it's your cousin. Like, how do you navigate then those troubles? And then how do you salvage friendships is maybe a question. Anyway,
I really like what you're bringing up. Because again, remember, this is your wife, right? And say, in this case, let me give an example. You've just learned that you made a bad move financially and you guys are now, it doesn't have to be the two of you, but you're messed up financially. You'd probably choose not to tell your wife because you care for them, but I bet you there's probably another person, who you'd be more comfortable to tell, or even for the guys who cheat, because we don't cheat around here. They'd call their friend and go, hey man, I messed up again. I'm not sure this is a thing you want to tell your friend because there's a level of protection from them. There's a lot of white lies. But then again, these are just my thoughts. That is why I'm not.
So my question would be, for how long would you be able to sustain the burden of you carrying that weight alone? Without it then affecting the relationship.
Yeah.
When it would have just been easier, let's talk about it.
Yeah. Good question. Good thing is, I haven't been there, but I would think probably when you sort of figured it out. Okay, so okay, sawa. Sawa. Now I can face the consequence. Yeah, and then they'll take it as they will, and then you guys will mend it from there. And I'm sure they'd probably say, why didn't you tell me this the moment it happened? But I'd like to believe if you care for them, at least on a certain level, you'll hesitate to tell them. Again, don't listen to my advice. These are just thoughts.
Would you be okay if the vice versa happened?
Just say what you're about. That's a good question.
That's a very good question. Do you know what? I'd get it. I would get it.
But would you be okay with it? You'd get it.
I'd
but
have
it'd
to be okay. I'd have to be okay. So, for instance, if she messed up in some way and she took some time and then finally she brought it on the table, I'd be like, you know what, low-key, I respect you taking your time to sit with it. Yeah, as opposed to because I feel we do that to our friends a lot, where we just burden them with things without thinking about what acid we are throwing at them. Unajua, just because you're my friend, let me tell you this truth. Man, at times these things are super heavy, and if I really care for you, I'd think twice. Also, I think so. Yes, sitakach nitakuwa okay. I get it. Now let's take it from here. What next?
Me now, I feel like you're running on assumptions that you feel you'd burden me.
Exactly. And yeah.
Tell me, let me tell you,
That is too much.
That is too
This is true.
much.
This is so true. In fact, in one of my breakups, niliwaambia hivyo. Niambia, no, that wasn't for you to make.
Exactly.
That wasn't. So I get it. Clearly, I haven't learned, but yes.
So 20 minutes later,
Well,
I was gonna just go like a break. In the corporate circles, when someone starts their statement with two things, that's a great question, or look, they're about to say the smartest and most stupid thing.
it could be both. Yeah.
Or you're in a conference and you ask a question and something, that's a great question. Look,
Left.
no.
Oh, good. But yeah, these are just thoughts. Mazi.
Yeah. You any thoughts? Any further thoughts on that?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, on the cuff, I mean, there's no perfect spouse, perfect wife, or friend anyway, right? And I think it's all about coming back to cultivation, maintaining the principles of things like, hey, when things go south, I need to make sure I make the decision to be honest all the time. And I think the other person kind of expects that and does the same thing in reverse. And it's a continuous building of that going forward. It's a good habit. But I do fear with friendships, like if there's one white lie here, one white lie here, and then it just spirals into this kind of viciousness where it just gets into bigger and bigger lies or bigger weights or lack of trust. I think in that sense, it's better to maybe overshare and then let the other partner say, okay, I need a break right now from your burdens, versus the other way around.
I also think that friendship is a journey, like all of life. We are sort of co-creating or co-imagining, right? Because fundamentally, and I'm about to say something really maybe a bit esoteric, that there's no defining me without the people around me, or defining me without others, right? So there's no inherent self without others, right? And so this journey that we are in, we are, if you zoom out, at least in my mind, I zoom out and I see us in, groups that are maybe closer together, like in cohorts, right? And so we're figuring life out together. But if we have a radical commitment to walking the journey together, then, we co-emerge and answer those questions. But the commitment to love with all the things that we need to do to sustain love, because and from a biblical point of view, it's all explained. What is love, right? Love is all those things. I think it was St. Paul in his letter to Galatians, whoever, can't remember the exact verse. We read it during our wedding. And then, like, from all traditions, there is the description of what love is. I think the other thing is, Conrad touched a bit on it. One of the books you gifted me a while back, which was really instrumental. He's gifted me a lot of books. That's why I love him, because I don't give him anything.
Where's the reciprocity?
Hey, love is
What do you give in place of that?
Love is not reciprocal.
Unrequited, right here.
Yeah, no, but he enjoys, because he's gifting someone a book and he loves it.
Sorry
right?
if I'm imposing on you.
No, you're not imposing. I'm not complaining. So he how I give back to him is that he enjoys the feeling of giving things to me. That's the reciprocity.
Thank you, Commander.
Bro, hapo ndio ungesema two things. But keep going. Yeah.
Look.
Bro.
Really sorry. He gifted me the book called Lying by Sam Harris. You remember?
Lying.
Lying. And it's the white lies, and that point he made around one white lie begets another, right? Because you have to maintain this thread. That is what it's cognitively very burdensome, right? Does this dress make me look fat? What do you answer? Right? And then you have to carry on that lie for a while. And you have to remember what you said the last time, right? And so even in friendship, fundamentally, I feel like if there is just this, it's going to hurt sometimes. But speech and how you treat each other, while true, does not always need to be said, right? But there is always a very gray area there. And when you say it, you need to not be harsh about it. And so just maintaining nurturing that radical commitment to sort of working together without those little lies. I think trust fundamentally is just built, and we continue co-emerging.
Yeah.
And look, we that came out so naturally. I'm scared of myself. Look.
Double down.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm in, Ima. I'm a what's the opposite of a corporate galley? Corporate buddy, corporate guy. Anyway, we are figuring things out as we go, right? And tell me everything that you're feeling. Tell me everything you're going through, and then I'll tell you if it's too much. And I feel like also, I think last point on this is, sharing these things with our friends and walking the path together. Sometimes it's just about listening. I don't think I expect someone who shares everything with me for me to solve. I don't think, I don't expect the other way around, that if I come and tell you all my problems, you're going to solve them. I don't think so. Like, whenever I text my friend, I text him a lot. And sometimes just like paragraphs after paragraphs about everything I'm feeling, and that's it. I don't expect him to do anything about it. I'm just pouring my thoughts to someone. But because he's smart, he'll always say something. He'll quote a book somewhere. But even you, when we talk, I don't expect you to carry all my burdens. I don't expect you to carry any. I just want you to listen. That's it. Yeah.
Can I give you a short
Jump
story? So we're in July. I think it was around either April or March, thereabout. Basically earlier on in the year. So a few girlfriends and I had a sleepover. Because at now we are growing older, we don't have time for each other, but something has to give. Sacrifices have to be made. So we decided we do a sleepover. There were guys who were leaving in the morning to go to work, of course, but then there are those of us who were okay with it. It was a Friday evening. So it got to a point, it got so deep. Plus the fact that women can talk, we started sharing, and it was just a matter of, who was it who started? I don't know whether it was me or a friend of ours who was pointing out a weakness one of our friends has. Like, by then, nani, squeezy umejiachilia sana. You know that hair, why do you don't take care of yourself? You don't smell good. You don't... Yes. It got really intense. But the way in which it was handled, the tone, you could tell that there's love there. Because how do I look at you, go about life every day, looking a certain way, and I never point it out? Everyone else is talking about it, except me, your friend.
But you can see it as well. You're just hiding.
Probably they're going through something.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it went around. It just didn't start and end at this particular friend of ours. It went all around. And you guys, it was hard sitting on that hot seat, allowing others to tell you the things you probably aren't really aware about yourself. So those are some of the things I think about. Friendship. Can we get there? You can't get there with everybody. It's not always about the rosy times when you have it all together.
Oh, I hear you.
Yeah.
Wait, in regards to this convo,
in regards to not burdening you.
Okay.
I want to do something interesting, but before I get there, I want actually, because we have studio guests today.
Yeah.
Him. Okay.
Thank you.
Maybe if any thoughts or maybe questions, right? as a panel of experts on friendship. They say that you are on an average of the 5 people. Show me your 5 friends, and I'll sort of deduce. Is that Popperian deduction? Sorry, I'm gonna make just bad jokes today. I'll deduce the kind of person that you are. So you're sort of the average of the 5 people that you spend a lot of your time with, right? How do you think about how you select your friends? Do you think about it? So there's this connection, but then how do you decide who you're gonna nurture a relationship with? Is that a question worth asking? Is that, and my thoughts are sort of to preface this is, once I get a connection with someone, there's also a component, there's also the chance that we might not agree on the direction that we want our lives to move in terms of how we see the world. There's always that chance. And so I sort of have to make a decision on the kind of life, that the kind of trajectory that I'm trying to navigate for myself. Is this someone who I'd want to sort of walk in that path with? That's honestly me. So there's some sort of agency that I feel like I have, and choice that I make in that direction. I don't know if you have any thoughts on that.
Sorry, you're saying that what are the factors that you consider whether or not to invest in a friend? It comes back to cultivation, right? It's like, even how intentional is it when sometimes you say you have, only in hindsight have you looked back and said, oh, actually we're friends, I'm not sure why. Was it my choice? No, it just happened to be. And then if you weren't doing this podcast, would you then make that choice? And then maybe I'm throwing the question back to you. Like, I
don't know.
I mean, maybe a similar question is, do people here, maybe if you're speaking for a friend, do they want more friends? Like, and if so, what is the if you don't want to speak about yourself, speaking for a friend, but what would be the advice then? Then how do you make that decision? Like, let's say I feel lonely. Let's say I could use more partnership, or maybe I don't like the friends that I have because in some way I've judged them to not be optimal somehow, which is sad. Like, what then do you do?
Yeah.
So not only do you have a friend to cultivate, but if you say you want friends,
how do you even find them?
How do you? What's the?
That's a really good question. No. I feel the friendships that we made in the trenches. So friendships that, so for instance, Monique and I were just sharing that we met in a really tough project. Yeah. And that's when you notice each other. Same to another podcast guest, Sam Soko. Yeah, there are seasons where you guys were in the trenches. Okay, wait, this is a tough one. Then you look beside you and you're like, yeah, you're going through it as well, yeah? And you survive it. And then there's a friendship there out of the fact that you guys survived a really tough season together. Then in seeing each other, you notice things that there's the familiar, not only a past, but also things you had to cling on to survive, unajua. So maybe for you it was a lot of prayer. I pray too, we can be friends, unajua. Maybe for you, for instance, you and I became friends through music, unajua. I guess the first probably wouldn't even have connected. I think it's Mavado and
Lil Wayne.
And Lil Wayne who made us actual good friends. Then
you guys, I used to listen to Lil Wayne.
that sort of brought us together, a familiarity there. So I'd guess one of the things you'd look for is a shared thing. It could be a shared season. Again, you'd spoken of shared what are these interests, but there's also values as well, and so on. For me, I don't know, I'm open to new friends, but I'm not particularly going out to seek friendship. It's a really busy season in my life right now. So I do understand the ones who stick around and we are working to make this thing work, well and good. If I do bump into, like last 2 years, I made maybe 2 very good friends who've risen to very call me immediately and I'll answer now. What's up? How can I help? Ama, unajua. But I'm also not actively looking for, hey, we've been in the trenches with you. Let's be friends. Unajua. So I guess, yeah, a familiarity in some way that helps.
Yeah. No, I think maybe related follow-up.
Yeah.
Well, first off, it reminds me of like if you're in at war, right, and you're in the trenches.
Exactly.
I think a lot of times you're going to be like, okay, we're blood brothers, you know. Even if you don't really spend a lot of time afterwards, there's a loyalty, right? There's a connection there. Versus, oh, I'm on social media, we both like this topic. Are we really going to be friends? Like, where's the struggle that you can co-live together? Honestly,
Exactly.
and I think there's, you know, like in colleges, at least I don't know. I'm sure that there's, you know, I was in a fraternity and there's a hazing period for 3 months, and I think it's completely irrational.
What's a hazing period?
They just make you suffer,
Okay.
make you drink, make you do things, humiliate you. I mean, all different degrees. I mean, it's all very diverse. But the point is, I think ultimately is that we've gone through kind of a period, like almost initiation, right? It's almost like a shared experience that's only unique to that community, to that club, to that group. And therefore you come out as like, okay, wow, we've humiliated ourselves, we've embarrassed ourselves. And now, because of that, you know, we're tied together, that kind of thing. And yeah, so I think that's interesting about that struggle, or etc. But now, maybe you might not be looking for so many new friends, but you don't have to speak for yourself, but maybe for your friend. Do you feel like the friendships you do have are deep enough? Would you want to invest further in them? Or do you feel like, no, I have enough friendships and enough depth in those friendships as it is today. I don't need new people, and I don't need to spend more time with them, right? Maybe it's the depth versus breadth kind of idea.
Yeah.
So you do have a choice to make, right? There is...
I think in the end, yeah, like time is scarce. Resourcing is scarce.
Yeah.
And some days you're going to be like, you know, I'm going to compromise on my kids or my work or whatever it might be, or my travel. Obviously not my kids, but but like that's the choice, right? You know, then you say, okay, no, my friends are going to, I mean, if you've lost friends to marriage.
It is what it is, man.
Yeah.
It is what
Any more thoughts from the studio?
Oh, yeah, you had opened it up.
Yeah, from our beloved and lovely studio audience. Any
But they'd
thoughts,
also have
questions?
to come to the microphones.
No thoughts on friendship? You do?
Yeah?
I do not expect anything less.
Karibu. Maria.
Okay, I guess we'll share my.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Go for it.
Okay, first of all, I feel, or maybe it's also because you guys are in a different season in your lives, in a different season in your lives, in terms of like maybe maybe me and Kamande, me and Kigondo, we can relate, but I feel like how you've approached friendship now is more of like a fixed mindset as opposed to like abundance. Okay, personally, me, I'm in the frequency of abundance. And I used to be like, wow, I have enough friends. Don't call me, don't text me. It's either you're coming in as a romantic partner or nothing else. Like, my partner is not going to be my friend. My colleague is not going to be my friend, because I was so fixed on the fact that I've cultivated these friendships and this is my circle now. But then I came to realize, like, things happen, life is not linear, and open your mind. Have a growth mindset. Like, if you're in a growth mindset mentality, you tend to just meet people, vibe with their frequency, and whatever happens, happens. Like, you'll cultivate this friendship maybe for a season, for a reason. You know, but at the end of the day, like, friendship is, I feel like we should all just be spreading love. Like, at the end of the day, like, I think that's it. You should all just be a decent human being, have decent interactions with people, and the people that stay, the people that don't. But they'll remember, Kamande was that guy. He can come through. You know, I can talk to Kamande if I meet him on the street. Yeah. So, also I have a best friend for like 11 years. We have matching tattoos. I have the sun, she has the moon. We are 24 hours.
Are you open to having another?
Yeah. In case you want to see the
It's a wow.
Yes.
Are you open to having another tattoo with another friend?
Another tattoo? No. That one is closed. There is closed.
Close minds?
No. There I can't handle more. Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else?
No, okay.
No, Candy, Ima, Jace?
Abu.
Okay. Abu.
No thoughts.
Oh,
No thoughts on
good.
friendship. Yeah.
No, I was just interesting. I think we kind of brought this up, but have you ever had a sleepover, like recently?
At each other's places.
My point is, like, there might be
Yeah.
some differences in gender too, right? Like, if you had a sleepover.
No, it's not going
It's so
left. It
random.
was a genuine question. Like, are you asking if I've been to his place?
No,
and
no,
slept
no,
over?
not you two.
Yeah.
But you know, you generally
guys,
shared,
yeah.
like, and like just the stylistic or the content differences of friendships between genders.
Yeah, interesting.
Like, I you know, and I mean, like, when was the last time I had a sleepover with friends? Other than a travel, right? We go to the coast
Yeah.
or something like that, but then it's usually mixed. And yeah.
Have I ever? Well, it hasn't been recent for me. The last time I did, that was, which actually would bring us to a nice sort of last 2-3 points around the wrap. The last time I did, I was certain that friendship group wasn't mine anymore. Yeah. And it happened by chance. It happened to be, Niaje, so tomorrow I'll be in this place. Probably smartest to just, come over. Yeah, come over. Then when I went over, they were like, oh, so and so have come and we are now hanging out. Nico, God damn it. I just wanted to, it was just the two of us. And hanging out, by the following morning, I was certain, I don't think we are friends. Yeah, our values are different and you're depleting energy, unajua, from me. And I know tomorrow I'll regret having spent my time here. And honestly, since then, I've never gone to that space. And it was just me or less noticing that, it was time to, unajua, jump off that boat or whatever vehicle that was. So, I haven't done that in a while. Yeah.
No, I haven't done a sleepover at someone's. Have I?
That's interesting.
No, other than just living town as a group of friends.
Maybe Chiles have them more.
Yeah, I think so, right?
Probably.
Do they? Nungo?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But now, what Conrad was saying, what I'd like to know is what are some of the things, for lack of a better word, strategies that you guys have put in place to nurture the friendships you already have.
Wow, I was going to ask that exact question. I swear to God.
For us, sleepovers is one. Not at a consistently, but every so often we try. We also try do really early morning breakfast. Really early morning. One of those days where before you get to work, everyone needs to get to work by a certain time. Can we meet at 6? It calls for a lot of sacrifice, but those two small things. So
Yeah. Same
especially
here.
since most of you are guys here, what are some of the things?
I think that there are two things that I do very deliberately, tactics, for cultivating friendships, especially the ones that, I see to have all these things that we've named as, reliable, joyous, comfort, etc. One is just a recurring calendar event. That I found that to be super helpful because even when
A very what?
a recurring calendar event. So like you have a breakfast.
Okay.
If you agree that we have breakfast every 2 weeks on Wednesday,
All right.
put it on the calendar. Even if I forget, because life happens, then there'll be a calendar reminder.
Or recurring calendar.
Yes.
I had something to say.
I'm Kikuyu and that I made it
Sorry,
happen.
it wasn't
Yeah.
you.
I made
It wasn't
happen.
you.
Recurring calendar event. No.
Keep going.
Keep going. Okay. So I found that to be super helpful. And then the second one is, as a fruit of that, scheduling like quarterly meetings and / out of town things, because you have you know that spending time together, this is one of those things that's very mundane, but you know that you're getting something out of spending time together, and all of that is joy, and the joy of not just being heard but also just being just breathing and sharing, talking, and you really enjoy your time together. So planning time out a weekend every couple of months. I've also found that maybe that's the equivalent of the sleepover. Yeah.
Definitely.
What else? And then I like this what you mentioned of when friendship allows you to actually answer the question, how are you, with honesty. And so with all my friends, one of the things that happens is if you ask me how I am, I'm going to tell you how I am. Yeah. And not because I expect anything, but because I know that that's what you expect of a friend. right? I'm not just going to say I'm fine, thank you, and then move on. No.
I hear you. Conrad?
I mean, I think Kamande said it. Maybe the only additional would be that recurring calendar meetup ideally aligns with something that you both are interested in inherently, right? So it's not like necessarily like you try to make it as easy as possible, whatever that is. Even if it's watching a sport game or something like that, like it helps facilitate and lubricate the meetup. But I mean that's yeah. So you can converge around your interests and values, right?
Yeah,
Whatever they may
and
be.
give them books. That's what's up.
Yeah.
For me, it's also around that. We'll do occasional lunches, So we'll go out for dates. Najua, we'll do a movie.
Hujanipeleka date.
What do you mean? Do you remember? Me, you, and Gibi did Subira 5 years ago. But
That was me, you, and Gibi.
oh, okay, I got you. Say less. No, I got you.
Ama we are not.
I got you.
Acha niwache. Napata majibu.
No, but yeah,
no.
I do dates, but I also do a lot of calls. We do a lot of calls,
yes, we do.
and we'll talk, and yeah.
Do you schedule them? Or is it impromptu?
I would say it's when the season allows. Yeah, because I do know, for instance, where I am in my life, saizi kuna times it's so cluttered, I would be lying to you that I'm present and we are talking because unajua every Friday night we talk. So when everything imetulia nitakuwa, yo, it's been a minute, how are you? Then we'll talk. Yeah, and if it's also dependent on how your side looks. So if you're in a space too, we will. And then also showing up for each other events. Unajua, I'll be there to help you bury your loved one. I'll be there to, unajua, stand by you when your relative is ama, when you're I'll try and be there. And I think that's also super important. One last one. Yeah? When do you know it's over? Yeah? When do you know it's time to move on? And the older we get, is it easier to move on from friendships? Because unakumbuka tukiwa class 4, and this is very personal. Maze Peter aliacha kuwa best friend yangu.
What did Peter do?
Si Njogu alikam shule wakakuwa best friends. And you know, like back in the day, it was a very huge moment. But I've found it easier to make peace with, okay, that was that season. Is it easier for you guys? And how are you going around breakups? And what sort of qualifies a season to walk away?
Well, I have a number that just popped, right? Okay, so the one I'd really want to talk about is pew. Like either 2, 3, 4, a number. Really close friends that I had over time. But then life happens, people grow, people mature, they're doing well. And this is now on... I didn't know how to contribute to the relationship. I think insecurity. I was insecure with the different level the relationship was at. I felt, what's the word? Nearly feel sina, siezi. So there's the I don't have anything to contribute. I don't know how to phrase that. But yeah, they grew. They were at a different space in life. I remember at some point trying to communicate here and there, but there was just that struggle, you know, that maybe would have been eased if we had a conversation around it. But you know, it just went. I'm in a different space. I don't have time for you. But for a very long time, genuinely speaking, why I'm saying that I felt like for me it was an insecurity on my end. I've lost my trail of thought.
Emenda deep. That's why.
Yeah.
Emenda deep.
Yeah, but I've lost a number of friends to that.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to maneuver. I didn't know how to handle success. I didn't know how to handle their success without Not that I was jealous, I just didn't know. I just didn't know. So a couple of my friendships have ended courtesy of that.
Okay.
Yeah, we've never had a conversation around it. We've just been okay. Oh, hi. We're still friends, but we're not
Friends.
friends, yeah.
Would the relationship still be there had they sort of, I don't know, chosen to close rank? Unajua? Like, oh yeah, now I'm this. Yeah, but hey, mbona unachorea? Come, let's talk, you know.
Yeah, I think so. I believe it because, you see, for me, on my end, where they left me where we first met, for example, yeah, they elevated to a different space in life. I don't have understanding of what the demands and the responsibility that comes with that. You cannot have a cat and the cat not change your life. Something has to change. They don't have... Yeah.
Hey, are you saying I've changed my life? I'm a newly minted cat dad. Shout out to Garfield.
Nothing comes into your life without introducing. You cannot not change. Change is inevitable. Yeah. There's success now. They're interacting. Their time. They don't have a lot of time to allocate as, you know,
Back in the day.
like back in the day. I don't understand that. So me, I'm here reaching out. I'm here wondering, hey, can we? Oh, boy.
Yeah. Ooh. No, that's a really particular one, Maze. Because I bet it would have been easier had they, I don't know, had they now started over drinking, using cocaine. Unajua, uko yo, now that I can handle. But when it's, well, ka unatumia cocaine, we are not judging. I'm just giving an example. But yeah, you get, now that it's success, it's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, I feel you on that, Maze. Oh, I really feel you on that. Najua niko successful. We're still friends. You know that.
Jenny sahau. This ka statement people throw around and say, ukienda majusi tu sahau.
Yeah.
Oh.
As in, it's very...
Yeah. It's symbolic as well.
Yes.
It's not
like
about
a truth
physically
to
going
it.
abroad. When you go abroad, don't forget us.
Don't
Some
forget
change.
us. When you succeed,
Don't forget
don't
us.
forget us.
Oh, man. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. That's different, Maze.
Ukiomoka.
It's easy to forget.
Yeah. No, that's really cool. Conrad?
The question is, how do you know it's over?
Yeah. And have you found yourself there?
I mean, I think the vast majority of ended friendships was more like a death by 1,000 paper cuts, turning from friends to acquaintance. It's just some decision here where you just don't invest, and after another 9 months, we haven't seen each other. Just natural forks in the, forking paths. I don't think I've had any like real breakups. Like, you've this has happened. I cannot see you anymore as a friend. Very different than relationships, of course.
But also, I stand corrected, but females do that. They communicate very clearly when the friendship is over. Men don't do that. I've noticed that.
I mean, I can imagine certain jealousies or like, you know, some integrity issues happening where, you know, I don't know, if you had a girlfriend or something that slept with your friend or something like that, like how do you navigate something like that? But that
You just don't stop.
privileged.
You just stop talking for guys. That's it.
Yeah.
Right?
I guess,
I don't think we talk and say, no, you're not my
Oh
best
yeah,
friend.
There's no actual. I don't know. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or maybe fight. Or maybe
maybe
fight.
fight?
Yeah.
You say, yo, why'd you do that? I'm never gonna see you again.
Yeah. You're not my friend anymore.
Take that.
The fight said it.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I have noticed that. I think for me it's more around sort of the kind of things, or that's the kind of heart and mind I'm trying to train for myself. Maybe that's the best way to put it, or the kind of values that I'm trying to bring to my life so that I can sort of move on this trajectory. If everything seems to be not even entirely orthogonal, just like degrees off, then I don't think it's possible. But what I've learned to do in the last couple of years is have conversations with friends. If I notice that there is something that is off in terms of how we see life and what we think is actually the right way to build a meaningful life, a life of examination to start with, then we have that conversation. And I'll kid you not, like one of my friends' groups, I noticed that like going entirely like divergent. Like we had been friends in uni, and uni was a different period of our lives, a different season, right? And then we sort of ended up growing in different trajectories. And then when we started coming back together, we said, wow, we are so different in how we view life. And then we had those conversations. And then we realized that we had been pulled into different directions by this absence of in each other's lives. And we sort of tried committing some time to figuring out what's happening here. And we ended up sort of gravitating back towards each other. Obviously not to the extent that we had been before that, not to the same level, but there was a certain salvaging of that friendship that happened. And so, again, coming back to if there was something in that relationship, as opposed to just letting it go, just like in a marriage, there was love. There was a lot of love. There's a reason you guys connected and shared all your secrets. Just don't let it go. Have a conversation. And it might lead to something happening or not. Again, not have the expectation that you're going to go back to where you are. But just understand. Also, it makes you a better friend next time.
Yeah. Oof. Okay. Aya, let's maliza on a sweet note. So I'll do one, then you can do another. I'm sure you have one. Shout out a friend of yours, Maze. Yeah, they could be in the room. They could be out there, Maze. Just tuma salamu kwa marafiki bwana.
And interestingly, just say something good about them.
Yes, please. Yes. Okay, sawa. To lead by example. Let's see. Shout out to my friends out there. Shout out Kamande, Maze. Kamande, Maze, mi nakupenda sana. All those years.
Say it in English. I feel it.
Yes.
Bro, wewe pia unampema conditions, Maze.
It's normally easier to say it in Kiswahili.
Maze, nafungua roho hapa bana. Ni kama mtu anapropose alafu ambia haya piga magoti. Unajua it is well. But shout out to friends out there. Shout out Gibi, shout out Manu, shout out Nungo. No. Shout out Kamande. Shout out Mune, shout out Kendi. Yeah, I have people I care for deeply. Nawapenda sana. And thanks for helping me and each other navigate through all these different seasons, Maze. Shout out Betty as well. Your story. Check out SNL, Sugar and Lime. Hello. So Abu and like me napenda sana. For all these friends, I think one consistent thing is, again, the things I started off with, a lot of joy, and all these are dependable people. And all the friends I've shared and I've had huko mbele, najua times tuta DM na to connect anymore. Ni sawa pia. Maybe that was a seasonal thing. But for those around me now, lots of love to you. Nyongo.
Right back at you.
Ningependa kukutuma salamu yentako huko Canada. Kwa ule rafiki yangu anaitwa Mwarangu, Peter Mwarangu.
The covenant friend.
Yeah.
My covenant friend, man. I love that man. My other really my other covenant friend, I have two. Doti, that one is a whole other story. Not the time. We don't have the time for it. Jambi, I see her phone calls and I just smile. She just lights up my day. Levina, Glue. I don't have many friends. Or rather, life has when they say sift, yeah, friends, not many, but I have amazing people in my life. Yeah, I love you, genuinely. Yeah.
Good. Conrad?
Wow, it's not a competition of how many friends.
I've won. You're about to call her one.
But at least it's like, I'm not going to go after him because he has like 25 that he's going to name, right? Yeah. Anyway, One of my good friends I'd like to recognize is Dexter. Dexter was just here maybe a month or two before I arrived in Kenya, and we spent a lot of time together. And I think we talked about, a value of friends being like some shared overlap of values and interests. But the nice thing about Dexter is that if life ever gets too full with like the grind, Dexter is this eternal source of just new inspiration, new ideas, just like a form of escape. Like, I don't know, a friend can just pull you out and just like, there's so much more to discover and enjoy. So a shout out to Dexter. A shout out to David Bose. I'll speak to you tomorrow. And then a shout out to Joey Garaliano, a good friend of mine who's been going through a pretty tough time past 3 years. And if this message hits that, yeah. Of course, to my wife, my best friend.
Hey,
I'm coming home to help with the kids. Just a few minutes.
Yeah.
Coming.
good. Come on, there.
Shout out to my wife, my best friend.
Hey,
And no one is forcing me to say that. No, I'm kidding. I love Tracy. Marriage is one of those things where you have someone on your corner continuously, and sort of they I treat them as my responsibility, and I sure do hope that they feel the same way about me, which is beautiful. Like it's just, unfortunately, it's a selfish thing that we depend on each other because life is hard, and so we sort of have to walk this journey together, and it's beautiful. So I love Tracy so much. She's one of my best friends. And who else? Conrad here. And like you, I'll say you're my best friend and I love you very much. You left me off the list.
I thought you already got it from Kigondu. We can't overdo it.
don't worry. Hata Nungo amenia, alafu akaniangalia za. Nico,
I hope you're not dependent on this.
Oh, you got the message. Shout out to my boy.
I'm kidding. But yeah, I do have a lot of friends. Really.
Humble brag.
I have a lot of really, really good friends.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brian Ambia, Rikesh, and Khadija and Sam, who we've been friends for the longest time. And Brian and Kevin and Joji. And along the way, you're also picking up really great friends that, similar to how we met. I don't think a lot of the friendships we made, you go out looking for them, they just happen, and then you make the decision to cultivate them. So special shout out to Ima as well, who's a wonderful friend. The other day she made fun of me in such a beautiful way that I realized she's my friend. Like it's only a friend who can do that. There are certain things, okay, interesting. And the things she told me, she's my desk mate at work, and yeah, she's here now, so she's a really great friend. Who else? Eric at work as well, really, really good friend of mine. And Dexter is one of those guys that, thank you so much for introducing Dexter to me. He's like a spiritual friend. He's actually not like he's a spiritual friend. And I love all of them and you guys, and thanks for doing this. More importantly, thank you for doing this. This podcast, this episode came about because, especially for me, I do feel how much friendship has shaped my life. And I don't even know, I can't even imagine who I'd be without my friends. And so this is an ode to friendship. This is an ode to walking each other home.
yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, what a beautiful way to close. Asanteni sana.
Thank you so much for making time. We really appreciate you.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, a round of applause for our studio audience. Good to have you guys with us. Thank you. A new space, courtesy again of our friend Abu. Leo tumeenda
Abu,
to
love
a
you,
friend
man.
of his, but tunarudi home soon. Yeah. Yeah.
Thanks to Saddam.
Good.
Yes, thanks to Saddam, who's a really good friend of Abu. And he was just willing to give us this space today.
Yeah.
And what a coincidence that you're talking about.
Friendship.
Good friends.
Yeah, good friends.
Maze. That's what's up. So in case you wanna reach out to Conrad and Nungo, they'll give us how we reach them so that tunajua, let's be friends. Yeah. Nungo, what are your socials?
Wow, I forgot so many people like who will listen.
All good.
Maria,
No,
Maria, this one, Maria, the other one.
unajua umeng'ara na kamba. Sa the rest of us
Aki, so many friends.
tunakaa tuko serious by the way. It's fine.
But it's what Conrad says. Like I pick up friends.
Yeah.
I love friends.
Nungo, how do we reach out to you? How do we reach out to you?
Nungo Marianne. What's my IG handle? Yeah, Nungo Marianne.
Everywhere.
Yeah, everywhere.
That's what's up.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Nungo, you know the song Kanungo, 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 Kanungo Eteko? Just Nungo, Toaka, back in a Nungo. Type Nungo, I'm the only Nungo, I think.
Yeah.
I believe. Okay, I don't know.
Okay. Thank you. Conrad?
Social media. I don't
Substack.
know. Yeah, maybe my email and phone number.
You're not on the socials.
Not too active. Conrad Whitaker on LinkedIn.
But instead, you can always go to shop, TUSHOP, and you can find everything that you need, especially if you're in this Nairobi and super busy to buy your groceries and anything else. There.
Thanks
Just
for
to do
the
what
shout out.
Conrad does.
Thank you.
Conrad and his his best half are building a wonderful company that is solving a lot of problems for busy moms. Right? Did I get that right?
Right.
So go to shop, TUSHOP. You might have seen the billboards.
Yes.
It's a wonderful company and a wonderful person.
They're everywhere, Maze. You guys, I'm seeing you pop up everywhere. Well done. Well done. Fantastic. Kamande.
Me?
Tufunge.
You can always find us at busybingborn.africa.
Yes, sir.
On social media, social pages, we are, what do they call them now? Social media. Handles.
Yeah.
Social handles. We are at busybingborn_. That's on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. And Facebook, the Busy Being Born podcast.
Yes, sir. And finally, ladies and gentlemen, a huge shout out to Monique. Aki will miss you, Bana. Well, dear friend. Maze, okay, don't go just yet. But yes, thank you, Monique. Asante sana. Good to see you in person. We always shout you out across the seas. Asante sana for being home. Abu, thank you so much. Asante sana. And of course, Grace. Thank you very much. And
Kendi.
Yes, and Maria and Kendi and Emma. Asanteni sana. Until next time, this has been Busy Being Born, episode 70.
Milestone.
Yes. You know where to find us, like Kamande said. And until next time, I am your boy, Kekodu.
Kamade, and as we always say, if you're not busy being born,
Then you're probably busy not leaving.
peace.
Peace.
You have to say it.
Peace.
Thanks, man. Thanks for coming. Thanks, man. Really appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. Do look out for more from us. For now, Kwaheri.